Hey folks, Micah McGee here. In today's video, we're going to be dealing with a ham that started 9 months ago. In the original video, I smoked it and we ate one of them. And what they were wild hog hams. We butchered the hogs. They were some friends of ours give them to us. They trapped them. Wild hogs. We cured the hams with salt. We smoked them in this smokehouse right here. And boy, was it ever good. Well, we decided to eat one and attempt some kind of prosciutto long-term, store this meat without refrigeration all summer long in this smokehouse. Could it be done? We still don't know, but we're gonna find out in this video today. We took that thing and we coated it in beef tallow from a bull that we butchered ourselves, and seemed like a great idea to seal off the meat. Problem was, it got too brittle. It cracked up. Didn't work. We chipped all that off. We completely revamped it. Through a process, we used wine, vinegar, and honey on that process just to make sure that we kept the bacteria down. We coated it with Crisco, which would not crack, and we threw black pepper all over it. And that was to keep flies off, which I don't think flies would be a problem with smoked meat anyway. But the reason why I wanted to cover it up is because I didn't scrape it. I skinned it, so there was no protection on that meat, no skin, like in the normal process of ham making. So here we are, 9 months later, and we're gonna go in and we're gonna see what it looks like. I know there's gonna be mold on it. That's typical with all ham that's set out. It's not just because of the Crisco, but we're gonna knock that off. We're gonna get it all cleaned up, and we're gonna see if we got something edible. Let's get with it. There is every kind of mold on here that you can imagine. I don't know if this thing's gonna be that safe to eat. We're gonna get it cleaned up and see what we got, and this is gonna be interesting. We might ought to have some activated charcoal on hand. I have to say, this is a little bit concerning. There's 30 different kinds of mold on here. I don't know all the different kinds of mold that's on here, but I do feel like it's all on the outside on that Crisco. We're gonna go and we're gonna get it cleaned off of here and see what we got. That's all I know to do. Now, I know how it is. Some of you only watch just a small portion of video and then go off and try to do something. Don't do that with this video. I did get a pretty bad bellyache. So watch this video and you'll learn not only that I got a bellyache, but you'll learn why I wasn't afraid to eat this and get the bellyache, because I have a secret up my sleeve that knocks out such things. We got the mold knocked off and most of the Crisco. We put the nozzle on a pretty high pressure there so that we could knock as much of the grease off of it as possible. I didn't want the mold to become airborne and us breathe it, so I sprayed it down good. But I'm pretty happy with the coloration of this. It's the color of ham. It has kind of a little bit of a fermented smell to it, so I'm not 100% sure. I never got to say a lot of thank you to Mr. Andy Eddings, who sent me these stainless steel hooks to hang my meats up with. Since he sent them to me, we really haven't used them that much other than this one hook hung all summer long. And that's the thing. All summer long, through the 90 degrees, this meat was out in that smokehouse, just hanging there in the heat. 80, 90 degree, pretty high humidity all summer long. We're in Tennessee. So this is going to be so interesting to me to see how this is. Now, wild hogs are notorious for carrying trichinosis. You never eat wild hog meat without cooking it through and through, because black bears and wild hogs are the two #1 carriers of trichinosis. And of course, prosciutto is not eaten cooked. So I studied into it. I looked at the scientific studies that were done curing meats, and trichinosis cannot survive two elements when they go hand in hand, and that is salt and time. You cure something in salt, you give it enough time hanging, trichinosis can't survive. Hands down. They were doing these tests in a matter of weeks. We did this in a matter of months. Trichinosis is not going to be a problem. So I'm excited to cut into this. I'm going to trim it up a little bit, and I'm going to cut into this, cut a slice out, and taste it with my charcoal and see how it is. I'll tell you the truth, if it gives me a bellyache, if I have to take charcoal for food poisoning, you're going to be the first to find out. Maybe it tastes so bad I can't even eat it. We'll find that out now. Let's get with it. The texture feels great. The look, it is beautiful. So let's try it. Let's smell it and see. I'm getting a very unusual, fruity smell. It smells like ham, but it's a little fruity. Let's give it a taste. It doesn't pull apart. It's not extremely tough, not extremely tender. Really, really, really good things taste weird, you know. So I'm trying to wrap my mind around, is this really, really good or bad? It's just not at all a regular ham taste. But it don't taste bad. It don't taste overly salty, but it's still salty. It doesn't taste extremely smoky, just a hint of smoke. But I'm pulling on it. There, I was able to tear some off. Very unusual. But if you knew that it was not going to food poison you, you could enjoy it very much. I mean, it's good. It's just unusual. It has no off color whatsoever. If you were starving or in a position to where you absolutely had to have food and you had no refrigeration, this may be the way to go. We're going to monitor my stomach and see how I feel after a while. I'm going to tear off another piece. The more I eat it, the better it tastes.
And you might say, McGee, you eat possum, raccoons, and skunks. Who cares what you think tastes good?
I know, but it's interesting. It's interesting. It's different on the tongue and it's different on the taste than anything I've ever eaten. Very unusual. Let's go for the rest of it. So far, and I mean, I've been eating it for a little bit here. I'm feeling great. No problems yet. Very unusual. So, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna turn the camera off. Nobody wants to sit and watch me for an hour. I'll come back on right away and tell you how I feel after the appropriate amount of time has passed. How's that sound? Good? All right. All right, it hadn't been an hour yet. It's been about 30 minutes or thereabouts. I'm still feeling good. I'm just gonna go ahead and trim this up real good, and what I wanna do is slice it thin on a meat slicer. I think that's gonna be the way to go. I just found out my sister had a brand new little baby just a few minutes ago. I'm pretty excited. I need to go see that. Pretty little Elska Marie. But hey, we're involved in this. We need to do this right now. So I'm gonna trim this all up real good. I don't wanna be eating this exterior. May be fine, I don't know. But I wanna trim this off, get in there, and get to slicing. I'm out here with my faithful sidekick Caleb, and he has agreed so valiantly to try this with me. This is the official taste test. The first one was just to see if we got sick, and nobody got sick. Of course, I didn't. I was the only one trying it. So, I'm not telling you to go do this, but I'm showing you we had this meat outside in the hot weather all summer long. 9 months. And it still tastes good. It's very different from anything I'm used to, but it don't have a bad flavor. It has a different flavor. If you were paying several $100s a pound for this stuff, you would think, oh, it's to die for. And of course, this was free. So it's not to die for. I wouldn't die for it, but I would eat it. Let's try it, boy. Get you a big old piece of that. I'm gonna freeze the rest and slice it even thinner. You like it? It's a little, it's kind of like sharp cheese. It's not extremely mild. It just kind of reminds you of a aged cheese. I don't know. Very interesting. Some of you have been waiting the full 9 months for this video. I want to say thank you to those of you that have joined the channel since I did this and you had no idea that this was even coming. Thank you as well. We have really been growing. The channel is doing exceptionally well, and we're just being ourselves. That's the funny thing. We don't do these wild experiments for YouTube. We would have done this anyway. Personally, I think we're in a position in the world where we need to take a little control over our food supply. If you would like to do that, just follow this channel, because that is one of the main thrusts of this channel. From what we grow to what we hunt, catch, it's all about food production, preservation, and security. What do you think about it? Is it a go or a no? It's a good? All right, well, you heard it from the man himself. He likes it. I like it. I like the fact that it hung outside in 90-degree weather all summer, and it's still edible. Who would have thunk it? But that's all we've got for you today. We hope you have a great day. We'll see you on the next video. So here's the deal. I don't know why I got the bellyache. I had 2 other sons that ate. Caleb and Joel both ate this. They never even felt a bellyache. Now, I did eat quite a bit more than they did. Maybe I got a little bit of that outside that I didn't get trimmed off. I don't know why I got the bellyache. I know it wasn't in my head, because I didn't think I was even gonna get a bellyache. I mean, it seemed really good for the first hour or 2. So I don't know, but here's the ticket. And I'm gonna make a video about this right here. I may actually try some more of that meat just to see if I get another bellyache. And if I do, I can use this authentically. But if not, I'll show you how to use this stuff right here. Activated charcoal is a wonder drug. You'd have no excuse to get food poisoning ever. I mean, 100% knocks it out. So be watching upcoming video, activated charcoal. Here we go. There's Finn. That's the new brother. Come here, buddy, get in this chair. It's a nice chair. My dad made this chair. Get up here, boy. We'll hide while they're looking at the baby.
Did he ever sleep? He slept on the way home. And then a little bit after we got that.
That's such a good, strong chair.
Look at that.
Do you like that chair?
She won't take. Well, she take.
Yeah, Paul made that.
Hand Ruth got her.
Pawpaw made that chair.
Big one.
Yes, sir, buddy.
I don't need any more.
It's a pretty little face right there.
Because I know she had. Because like she has that same. His face was. Yeah, very much so.